Hi guys. I've had a lot of questions lately about diffusing essential oils or what you could do with diffusing essential oils. So I kind of wanted to go over a quick, it's like a tutorial on uses for diffusing essential oils and a couple different ways to diffuse them. So I guess the first thing would be uses for essential oils if you're diffusing them. There's a variety of uses. You can use them to help you sleep a little bit better, to kind of keep you calm and relaxed. Even for pets or small children, same thing if you're trying to keep them from being so stressed out or worried. It's another good option. You can use it for killing microbes in the air, so it's great for like cold and flu season, or if you feel like maybe you're coming down with some kind of funk and you want to try and prevent it or jump on it as soon as you find out you're sick. It's a good option. General smells or odors in your house. Um, I mean, there's all sorts of different options for diffusing essential oils. It just depends how you want to use them. So your next option would be how you're going to diffuse them once you decide what you're using them for. Typically, what a lot of people see are the electric diffusers, which there's a couple different options for those. This one I really like. I picked it from doTERRA. I think it was around like $50. The nice thing about this one is it's pretty quiet. It has a nice little like gentle bubbling water sound, which is kind of nice if you're into that sort of thing. Um, it's a higher grade plastic than some of the other ones I've gotten, so it doesn't hold the oil smells. So instead of running like your lavender, frankincense, cinnamon, serenity all mixed together, it cleans up really easy if you want to change them out, which you kind of like. It also has a nice timer setting on it, and you can turn the lights off and on. So this guy came from Walmart. He was around like $20. Um, doesn't have as many options. You can't turn the light off or anything like that, but it works for general purpose. So if you're just gonna diffuse like some lavender or peppermint every so often, then this would be a fine option. Um, do have to say if you're gonna do anything that's like citrus based, this may not be a good idea for you because it actually leaches and eats the plastic. So if that's something you're considering, I'd probably go ahead and go with one of the higher grade ones. So those are two of the electric ones. Your other options too, you can try, these are tea light diffusers. So literally you just need a tea light, put that inside, then you add some of your water and a couple drops of your essential oils. The heat rises, heats it up, diffuses your oils. It's good for short term. It doesn't run too long. Either tea light burns out or you run out of oil before it even makes like half an hour or so. And then the other thing too is it's not quite as strong as these guys. Even if you double the drops, it just doesn't have the output as the electric diffusers do. Your third option, though there are tons of options like physical diffusers. Um, you can do reeds. I picked these up this pack of 10 for around like $1.99 at Michael's. So you pretty much just need these and a narrow mouth container, something like this or even something like this. The narrower it is, the slower your oils are going to evaporate. So that's just something to keep in mind when you're kind of looking at a container. You pick something up at the Dollar Tree, thrift store, or anything like that, and decorate it however you want to. Generally for these, you're going to want to fill however high you're going to fill it with. That space is going to be about 75% carrier oil. So some kind of oil to dilute your essential oil in. You can use a variety of oils. You can use something like sunflower oil, grapeseed oil. If you just want to use olive oil that's at your house, anything like that works really well. The thinner the oil, the better it works. It absorbs a little bit easier, but any kind of carrier oil like that works. So you can take this, put about 75% of your carrier oil in there, and then the other 25 is going to be your essential oil. It's usually around 16 to 20 drops will do it. Once that's done and your oils are in, you drop these in, let it sit about an hour or two, give it a chance to start absorbing up through the reeds, and then you'll just take them out and flip them over. Usually about every week or so, you'll flip it back over as they kind of like diffuse into the air, and then you can just toss these out once they're not really having much of an odor to them or your oils have pretty much like evaporated and gone away. I've seen some people add alcohol, either grain alcohol or like 90% or higher, like rubbing alcohol, things like that, to add in with the oil to make the smell stronger, which you can most definitely do. The other downside to that though is obviously it's going to evaporate a little bit quicker. So strength versus time. It just depends which one you're going for. So you have a couple different options for diffusing them. If you do decide to use these guys, they're really, really simple. You literally open them up. There's a little red dot on all of them. It doesn't matter which one. You fill up your water to your fill line, and then add a couple of drops of whatever your essential oil is, and turn it on. That's it. That's those guys. A couple other things, like I said, depends what you're using it for. If you want to run these for 4 or 5 hours, and a couple of them have like 8-hour settings for if you're cleaning up the air, like microbes, like I said, cold and flu season. If you're trying to get a restful night's sleep, anything like that, that works really well. If you're using it for aromatic reasons, like lavender to kind of help calm your nerves and de-stress after a long day at work. Typically, you want to run it maybe like 25 minutes and then cut it off for a little bit. Just like anything, after you smell it for a while, you really don't smell it anymore. Once you start losing that sense of smell, the benefits of it start kind of going down as well too. If it's the peppermint and stuff like that, and you're using it because you're kind of stuffy or congested, it's still going to help. But if you're doing it for just like aromatic reasons, then after about 25 minutes or so, shut off, give it maybe like half an hour or so, and then cut it back on. The nice thing about these guys is a lot of them have timers, so you can set them for when you want to come on or come off or whatever else. The tea lights, you could probably just run until they go off, and then give them like half an hour or so, and then put another tea light in there or refill it and go from there. They usually don't last. I don't think I've ever had one last more than like 45 minutes. But it really depends. I've got some larger diffusers too, kind of like this one. So it kind of depends on what you're using too, how long it's going to last. But that's just kind of like a general rule to keep in mind. If you can't really smell it anymore, it's probably not as beneficial to you as it was maybe the first 15 or 20 minutes when you were using it. And then the other thing too, like I said, it depends what you're using your oils for. If it's for stress or for colds and flus or for like body aches or kind of like general mood in your house, there's a lot of different options. So if you have any questions about any of the diffusers or how to use them or the essential oils, what kinds would work best in what, or for how often to use them, um, just ask me any questions, just let me know. One thing I will leave you with though, if you don't want to buy a diffuser and you do just want to use the oils, if you pick one up and you really like it, you can just open up the bottle, take 5 like good deep breaths off of it, or you can also put a drop in your palms. Rub your palms together and just hold it over your face and breathe in a couple nice deep breaths. Works pretty much as well. It's a quicker version, but like I said, if you have any questions about which oils to use or which diffuser would work best for which oils or whatever you're using it for, feel free, just let me know. Thanks.